Well,
Okay.
the moment has come. I'm super, super excited for this day and in a very beautiful place that I'm at the beach. And Susan, I'm excited for what you're going to share. It was a delight for us to meet a year ago
Yes.
and having a little workshop. I was just scrolling on my phone when that was. It's like, well, it was a winter because we were wearing a lot of heavy clothes and coats. It
Mhm.
was not, I don't think it was even a year ago. I think
I
it
don't
was,
think it was. I think it was maybe February.
I was, yeah, in the winter.
Hmm.
So I made this workshop and you came and another friend came and then we talked a little and you were open to talk a little bit about what you were dealing with. And I wanted you to share a little bit of how you felt, what a little bit of you remember, what kind of sparked you to go to the workshop in first place, what happened in the workshop, and what happened after the workshop. Is like you can kind of share a little bit about the story.
Okay.
And you can
So
introduce yourself.
I am Suzanne Kulka. This is Mike Kulka. Hi.
Hmm.
And I met Mike at the kitchen connection. And she sat down next to me and we talked for a little bit. And she said the word, I help women with menopause and with themselves. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank goodness you do. I've been looking for somebody to do that. I haven't found anybody, even up in Michigan, where we lived for a short time. We've lived in the Woodlands since 98, but where I was really having trouble was up in Michigan. And nobody would talk about it. Nobody would say anything. And I just felt like, you know, um, I felt like I wasn't myself. I wanted me. And Mike would say, where have you gone? I'm like, I don't know. If you find me, let me know. I miss me so much. I was so awesome. I don't know who this person is. And so he kind of distanced himself every once in a while because I would go into some kind of rants and say some not nice things. And so when Mikey said, I help people with menopause, I think I took over the conversation. I said, for myself, I had to find the triggers for the sweats, the triggers for the emotion, the triggers for the weight gain. And oh my gosh, I mean, the weight gain was just terrible. I was buying new clothes and he was like, what's happening to you? And, it just wasn't the same because I wasn't the same. I changed. He didn't change. So then
Can
when
you
I
share, can you share what age you were feeling that? Do you
met
remember? Or how
Evan,
many years?
am I going to disclose how old I am,
No,
Mikey?
no, no. How long did it take you and like how long was that period of time that you were feeling off? Do you remember more or less?
It was shortly after my 50s.
Yeah, I mean, it probably started probably about 10 years ago, I would say
Around the
10.
50s
Yeah,
mark.
yeah, yeah.
Because at 45, I felt my best.
Hmm.
I felt awesome. I looked awesome. I felt awesome. I even got a belly button ring just to flaunt how awesome I
You
felt and
should.
how awesome I looked. And then I don't know, 50 came and went, it
Yeah.
just went down. So with my one of my triggers was Chardonnay. So stay away from Chardonnay, ladies. Stay away from Chardonnay. Don't drink it. And I actually went to my doctor's appointment before we moved back down and down to Texas. And my doctor said, you've put on a little weight. And she goes, I know you enjoy your spirits. She goes, what are you drinking? And I said, oh, I'm drinking gin and tonics. I've gone down to gin and tonics. She goes, gin and tonic. Hmm. Gin and tonic is your whole sugar for the whole day, one drink. And I'm like, what? She goes, stop doing it. She suggested doing vodka martinis, no mixer, stuff like that. She said one or two, and that's it, and you'll be fine. And it did. It worked out a little bit, but still, it wasn't totally what I needed. So Mikey invited me to one of her sessions over at Sips and Serenity on a Saturday. A Saturday. I work all week. All we have is Saturday and Sunday. That's all we have, for each other. And I thought, well, what the heck? He's probably going to go play golf. And, I'm going to go ahead and take a day and just see what this is all about. So I went, and the other woman there, Kathy, I knew. And so we sat in a small room, and you just started talking, and you had us fill some, form out type of deal of what we were feeling. And I just, I broke into tears. I'm like, I just don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. And this is not me. I need to find me again. And so you asked me to describe myself, and I did. And you said, your identity is your work. And you said, you need to find something else. What else do you like to do? I said, I like golf. She said, then you go ahead and you go do what you want to do. But right now your identity is work, and it's your work. So I did. I'm like, well, okay, let's just do it. So I signed up to volunteer, which I've never done before, at the LPGA Chevron Open, which is the women's golf. And I signed up for 4 days. Ladies, 4 days is a lot in that hot sun. You may want to. But it was hot. So I did. And then another friend, a close friend, asked me to be her guest on a member guest at Carlton Woods, the women's tournament. I said, sure, why not? And we had a great time, and we came in second. And then I went to the LPGA, and I saw these amazing women. And then Mike said, we're going to the beach, which we just came from. We're going to the beach. I said, I can't go to the beach looking like this. And I said, you're going to have to help me. It was the beginning of June. So you're going to have to help me. And so we did this cleanse, which I could never, ever get through. And I'd have to stop. I couldn't think. My energy was low. Mike said, I'm going to do it with you too. I said, okay. I got through it. I got all the way through, doing exactly what I was supposed to do. I didn't cheat. I got all the way through, and then went one extra day. I felt so good. It got that layer of water off me. I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. So during that time, Mike and I, we usually exercise in the morning, and we don't have a gym. We just use the TV and stuff, and we have the stuff at home. So I said, I need to do exercises for me, the ones that work for me, the toning, the stretching, and we were doing more hardcore stuff, lots of jumping. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to jump anymore. So we did, and he did it with me. It was a Pilates based one. And he was really good. And he is really good. We're still doing it. So that gave me even more confidence. And we started eating very clean. And he's a very good cook, very good cook. So he toned down a lot of the starches and stuff. And we ate like grilled salmon with asparagus or grilled chicken with broccoli. And we didn't have, have I had bread yet? I don't think I've had bread since June.
You don't need it.
We did have pasta. We celebrated with pasta in Fort Walton Beach, and it was good. But the thing is that when I started eating more of that stuff, my stomach growled like I was hungry again. And I'm like, I'm not hungry again. But the energy level that we had with not eating all that, it was a lot. The sex drive came back. We were feeling really good. And I was doing really well at work. Everything kind of just like peaked. It was just, but thank goodness he helped me. He helped me along. He supported me, and he was doing what I was doing. Thanks, babe. So thank you, babe. So that I am definitely better off.
So Mike, what have you noticed since she went to the workshop? So what changed?
Well, I think the biggest thing is Suzanne's always had a very slim body her whole life. And menopause, she had a partial hysterectomy years and years ago. But, when she hit the 50s, your body changes, energy level, whatnot. I've been fasting, periodically fasting for the past 20 years. I'll go as long as 10 to 12 days fasting. And Suzanne could never do it with me just because memory, you start getting memory, eyesight, you just start depleting some stuff. It was too hard for her to still go to work. So the biggest thing with this, I said, Suzanne, the body's still there, but you don't like yourself right now. You haven't liked yourself for years. We've gone through some moves, we've gone through selling some businesses and, just stuff that life throws at you. And so there's stressors that we all have. But this summer when we said that we're going Labor Day to the beach, I said, look, yeah, try it with me. She goes, I'll do it. And she was able to go a full week with it. She saw some good results. And I think, when you look good, you feel good. Unfortunately, we live in a society where we look in the mirror a lot and we judge who we are and how we're perceived by how we look. And so Suzanne started seeing some progress and her attitude started changing. And it really, to be honest with you, it was a simple thing of just cutting breads, starches, the rices, the potatoes. Not that we were big potato eaters, but just cutting that out, cutting the breads out, cutting the sugars out, lowering the alcohol intake. And really, that's really all it took. And I can adapt my cooking to do that. It's just taking one course out of the meal.
Yes.
You have your chicken and your broccoli and you just don't have your rice with it, or what. So it's just eliminating one of those. So very easy to adjust your cooking to do that. So I just think Suzanne, really what it comes down to is just a sound mind, a sound body, and she feels confident again. She likes how she looks. Likes how she feels. And I think she's kind of coming back to it. And I think it's rewarding because she never thought that she could get that layer off. And women, you guys retain everything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have long memories and your bodies don't want to give anything up. But that layer came off. And I think Suzanne's I think she likes herself again. And she likes life better. She likes me better. She likes her work better. I think just her overall well-being is better because she's feeling better.
And I do things other than work.
Yeah. I mean, we get out.
So we play Friday night happy hour golf.
Yeah.
Just 9 holes. We have to play real fast now that it's getting dark early, but
we were still doing that. But I think a lot of it is just adjusting the diet and incorporating a little bit different type exercise into your life. I think that's it. But I think it's, if you like yourself, you're just going to do better in your work, in your personal life, in just everything. So yeah, it's good to have her back.
And I heard that you had a great weekend last weekend. So how did?
Fantastic.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. Went to the beach and didn't have any distractions. It's just us and got it's you don't get too often. Couples don't get too often to where they have 5-6 days just to unplug.
And just together.
Yeah.
Just us. It was just us. We weren't going for a reunion. We weren't going for family vacation or anything. It was
nothing
just us.
Yeah. So it was good.
So what is, if you can advise somebody, what is the one thing that made the difference, and what is one advice for couples in their 50s?
I'll speak first and I'll let you speak. It's something that I've been taught years ago. I think a person just has to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest part is making a decision to do something. And once you make a decision to do it, you'll do it. And I think that's probably the biggest thing is Suzanne made a decision that now is the time for me to do this. Not that she didn't try this 100. It's like quitting smoking or whatever. You can quit 100 times, but until you make that decision to do it. And I think Suzanne just finally made a decision that I've had enough and I need a change and I'm going to do it and I'm going to stick it out. So I think that's probably the biggest thing, at least what I saw. Yeah.
I got into
And
clothes I haven't worn in like 10, 15
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, which is exciting.
People are like, wow, that's great. And I'm like, I haven't fit in this in 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm fitting in it now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
what helped you make that decision? Because I remember that it was a little bit of a dragging. It's like, okay, come and see what it is. Oh, I have to work. It's like, you have to come.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
did. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I really don't want to
So what was
go.
it?
And
What
I will
was it?
go. I don't know what it was. Something just said go. You
Mhm.
know, go now. I mean, a Saturday for me to take time out of my Saturday, it was hard. It was really hard. Another thing you said, because I told you that I work before I go to work and I work after work and I work on the weekend. That's when you said, well, your identity is your
Gotta stop.
work.
Yeah.
And now I have been saying, no, it is quitting time. I'll do just maybe 10, 15 minutes more, but the rest can wait. Everybody can wait until, and it's fine. It's been working really well.
And I think the other thing, whether it's in business or in life or social, I think the biggest thing is having an accountability partner. If you're doing it with somebody,
Definitely.
I think that's always been in business.
Yeah.
Accountability partner, somebody that you have to be accountable to, and that's what I've wanted to be with Suzanne during this whole process, is be her accountability partner. So, as much as I wanted to go get that piece of pizza,
He did.
I said I can't.
He did one.
I can't.
And I told him, you
for
go
Suzanne,
ahead, but
for
I'm
Suzanne, I
not.
can't do that. I can't cheat. So I think having a good accountability partner, somebody you report to, I think that's a big, big reason for her getting to this point. Yeah.
I feel like I want to give you the golden award right here.
And we're celebrating 36 years of marriage this month.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. So
That
good.
is incredible. Well, that's a testimonial of what makes a marriage last, right? Accountability, conversation, support. And I see you shine and shine even more and more and more every time I see you at Coffee Connections. It's like, and you're losing more weight. It's like, where is this? And you have a glow, a light. When it was kind of dim, it was right. And we can notice, but it's internal work, it's inner work, and nobody can do it for us. But someone has to make that decision. And so, and there has to be a little inspiration, right? It's not a motivation, it's the inspiration that comes from inside, but from something that somebody else reflected on you.
And
Don't
somebody's
you feel?
given you permission to do it.
There's a word. That word has come all week, and we are at the retreat. Is allow giving that permission to retreat, right? To let go, like you did for this last week.
Yep.
Just giving the permission, and for whoever listens to this, is like, husbands, give your wives permission, and wives, give your husbands permission, because we both need it, together and apart. We both need those little times.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
We're better together.
Yeah, better together.
Better together. That is another of my phrases.
Yeah, that's good.
Better together.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. Is there any last word that you would like to share?
I just always say, don't ever give up. Just never give up, and keep looking forward, and always strive to be a better person. And you're never too old.
You're never too old.
Never too old.
And I told Mike, I said, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to where I was. So I worked so hard
to get here.
I did. I worked hard, and it was mental discipline is what it was. And I said, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to where I was. I'm going to go forward, and we're going to continue. And that's where we are. And we've still been eating clean.
Yeah. I mean, you have to allow yourself
we have little
indulgences every now and then.
But we still don't have bread. We don't have potatoes, and
and you can,
like
and you don't have to be never ever again, right? It's a period of time, because now you can start incorporating things, and it's like, oh, I feel good, but you have gone over the hump. Now you know in your body how you feel different. If you take a Chardonnay, like if you choose to drink, you choose to not sleep.
Right,
Also.
right.
Mhm.
That's right.
That's exactly
it.
it.
That's
And then
exactly
you
it.
don't wake up sharp,
That's right.
which
Exactly.
is really
How
nice.
is your job? Like, have you noticed the difference in your job also and your productivity?
Yes, I have. And it's gotten better. It definitely has, because I'm just sharper. I'm more coordinated, organized, and focused.
Yeah.
Good.
More
So
confidence because I
all
can wear
around,
dresses I couldn't wear.
all around goodness, right? Now,
Yeah.
how many more years do you want to live like that?
Right, right.
Well, let's keep going.
Many, many. Let's go.
Let's go.
Many, many.
We also realized with our grandkids that before we weren't getting off the ground real quick when we were taking care of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
needed a little help getting
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And now
Well,
it's a lot better.
A lot easier. Yeah.
one of my first clients was a 62-year-old, and her goal was to go to the mountains with her grandchildren. But how she felt, she could not kneel down. She wanted to be able to play with her grandchildren and go up and hike and do the things and not be in the room in the hotel. And
Yep.
after 3 months, she was good to go after coaching with me for 3 months. And I can still call her 4 years from now, and she's still doing it and she's still feeling great.
That's
So,
Right.
fantastic.
That's
yeah.
great. Yeah,
That's
that
great.
was also a motivation for us. We
Yeah.
wanted to be there for the grandkids and be able to
Yeah.
run and
Yep,
get up and
yep.
crawl and not have to go, where's the chair?
We want to
That's
be
a
there.
great motivation to have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You have no idea what this means for me, for you guys, just to validate also what you're doing together and to hear it from each other like here. And for other people who are going to hear this, I hope this helps so many people transform their lives and just rekindle their life or decide different.
I hope so. I hope so.
Listen to Mikey.
Yeah. There.
Listen to Mikey.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
You're
you so
welcome. Thank you
Thank
so
for the
much.
opportunity.
Then-
And thank you for encouraging me to meet you at Citizen Serenity.
Yes, it has been incredible.